Alors, bienvenue à notre chaîne FrenchPro Global. My dear students and my dear friends, welcome to our channel FrenchPro Global. So I hope you have already joined my class. Can you please write in the chat box? I'm writing bonjour. Hello. So I have written bonjour. Okay, okay, you have already joined. So just give me a confirmation. Am I audible to you? Yeah, so you can let me know that if you can hear me. Okay, fine. So glad to see you here live on French Pro Global. So if you are here for the first time, please subscribe this channel and learn French from me. Okay, so if you have joined, okay, so I'm still waiting for a few minutes so that all of you can join and we can start the class. Okay. All right. So I'm really happy to see you all here because you are very serious students, and tomorrow you have an exam, and many students have requested me, sir, why are you not taking a live class? Please take a live class, record a video, So yeah, I know you guys are very busy and sometimes you miss the class, sometimes you miss something. Okay, I understand that you are very worried. Hannah, tomorrow you have an exam, but don't worry, no need to worry at all. Hannah, you have done a lot in the class. Please revise the class notes. And also, I have shared so many things on your Google Classroom. I have recorded videos for you. Okay, good to see so many people have joined. Okay, so first of all, let me tell you one thing. In today's video, if my internet speed allows or if my data is there, then I'll be discussing three or not four, six topics around. So we are going to discuss les verbes pronominaux, okay, les verbes pronominaux, pronominal verbs, okay. We are going to practice that. Second thing we are going to do, les adjectifs démonstratifs, that is demonstrative adjectives. Third, we are going to practice lo future proche, that is future proche, near future. Fourth, we are going to practice l'imperatif, the imperative sentences. And then we are going to practice la négation, that is negative sentences. And then finally, we are going to practice very important sentences that you have to translate from English to French. Okay. So, whatever you have studied in class, conjugations, imperative, demonstrative adjectives like future proche, everything, whatever you have done. So, conjugation of er, ir, re, and pronominal verbs. Okay. So, you must know all those things so that you can translate. We have also done some special verb in the conjugation chapter like savoir, vouloir, pouvoir, devoir, है ना? And some irregular verbs, avoir, être, and all those verbs we have done. Those verbs are extremely important for translation. Okay. Okay. So you can just, I want to have an idea. So with which topic should I start first? Translation we will be doing at the end, but apart from translation, so which you want me to start with which topic? I have told you several topics. So you want me to start with which topic first of all? Yeah, you can type in the chat box. Okay, you want verbs. All right. Yeah, I was also thinking to start with verbs because verbs karenge then only you can. So verbs we are not going to do into detail, but yes, I'll show you some verbs which will be useful for you. Okay, so in that case, let me start with the verb so that other people can also join by that time. Okay, let me first share the screen with you. Okay, les verbes, voilà. Okay, you can write in the comment, is it visible to you? French verb conjugations. Okay, is it visible? Okay, fine. All right. So I'm going to discuss ER verb, IR verb, and RE verb, and briefly I will be explaining you also how you have to conjugate and also pronominal verb. All right. So that will be easy for all of you to understand French verb. Okay. Quickly I will revise. Okay. You sit without making any noise. You know, if you are sitting anywhere, so please make sure ki you are 100% there. Right. Because this time I want your full attention. All right. Okay, so let me first start with the pronunciation. Okay, I'm playing it. You let me know ki are you able to hear the sound or not? Are you able to hear the sound? You just write in the comment. Are you able to hear the sound of? Okay, so the verb conjugation you are not able to hear. Okay, okay, so you try to hear once again. Yeah, Manav is saying yes, you can hear. Let me play it once again. I'm going to, for example, okay, so I have clicked this parlay verb and just confirm. Let me, okay, so you can hear. Some of you are saying you can hear. Okay, okay. Anyway, so that's not a big problem. If you can't hear the sound here, the verbs, that's not an issue. What is important here that you should understand how to conjugate this verb. That is very important. Okay. Okay, so let me explain. Okay, so here we go. So, my dear students, listen, you have already done in class that in French language we have three categories of verb. The first category is called ER ending verbs. The second category, which you can see on the screen, IR category. Okay, and the third category is called RE verb. Okay, so my dear students, in ER category, again, you have regular verbs, you have irregular verbs. In IR category also you have regular verbs, irregular verbs. In RE category also you have regular verbs and irregular verbs. All right. So now, what is the difference between regular verbs and irregular verbs? So, dear students, so if you are conjugating any regular verb, then you have some rules, you have pattern that you have to use. Okay. But for irregular verb, there is no rule. You have to memorize those verbs. Okay. So now let me give you one example. For example, parley verb. Parley verb, which you can see on your screen. Parley verb. So parley means you can see it means to speak. Okay, so if you have to conjugate this verb, so parley, how you conjugate? So you remove er, the last er you have to remove, and then you have to add e, which you can say e, es, e, ons, ez, and ent. Okay, so after removing er, you have to add e, we have then you have to add es with the tu, then you have to add e with il, and then you have to add ons with nu, and then you have to add ez with vu, and then you have to add ent with the plural part. Okay, so this you have to do with er ending verb. Okay, but in er ending verb also there are some verbs. For example, commencer, a verb that starts that ends with cer. So in cer you have to do the same way you have conjugated the verb parler. All right, for example, je commence, you remove the er and then you add e, es, e, ons, ez, and ent. So only one thing that you here you have to change, not change, you have to add actually. So you see in the new form, And in the new form, there is a CONS. So in the C, below C, you have to add one sedil. Okay. Why you have to add that? Because if you don't add, it will be nu komonko, and that is the wrong pronunciation. Okay. So in order to avoid such mistake, you have to add sedil just below C. So then it will sound like nu komonso. Okay. So this is the second point that you have to understand. The third point here in the ER category, that is voyage verb. Voyage means any verb which has GER ending. GER ending. Okay. So again, you have to do the conjugation in the same way. Okay. You remove you remove the last ER and then add ES. Okay. And with wu ez, and with plural it's a ent. But only one thing that you have to remember again, in the new form you don't have to add only ons. In the GER category you have to add EONS. Okay. And why you have to add EONS? If you don't add EONS, just you add ons, then it will be nu voyago. That is a wrong pronunciation. So you have to add EONS, then it will sound like nu voyageons. Okay. So these are three important points if you are conjugating er ending verbs. Okay. In the regular category, irregular mein there is no rule. Let me give you one example of irregular verb in the er category. That verb is ale. Let me type here ALLER, ale, ale, which means to go. This you can see it has er ending. Okay. But we are not conjugating the way we have conjugated parler verb, voyage, and commence. Okay. You see, this is irregular verb. It has a different conjugations. Je vais, I go, tu vas, you go, il va, or elle va, he goes, she goes, nous allons, we go, vous allez, you go, and ils vont, they go. Elles vont, they go. So this is irregular verb. You don't have to follow the pattern. You have to memorize this one. Okay. So this is the rule for er ending verbs. All right. Okay. I hope you are able to understand the er ending verbs. Is it clear? Okay. Yeah, so this the explanation is you have understood the explanation of er ending verb here, right? That is important. You should understand. And the link is not working on Google Classroom. I don't know why. So for that, what I have done, I have uploaded the PDF file of all these verbs which are here on your screen. Okay, fine. Now let me show you one more thing. Okay, so ER ending verbs we have done. You can see all these verbs are important. Voyage, fume, of detester, to hate, aimer, है ना, adore, prepare, habiter, arranger, to arrange, déranger, corriger. So all these verbs are there. You just go through a PDF file which I have uploaded on your Google Classroom. Okay, I have uploaded that. Okay, now in the IR category, my dear students, again you have regular verbs and irregular verb in the IR category. Okay, so as per the rule, irregular ke liye there is no rule. Okay, you have to memorize. Okay, but for regular you have some rules. So in the IR category, IR ending verbs, what you have to do, for example, let's take the first verb, finir. Okay, finir, Finir, finir. So in this verb, you see this verb is ending with IR. That is why we call it IR ending verb. Okay, in the IR ending verb, what you have to do, you remove the last IR. Okay, you remove the last IR and then you have to add something. Okay, to conjugate this verb with a different subject. For example, with the j form, you have to add is. Okay, you can see on your screen is. Okay, and then it will be pronounced je finis. And with the to form also you have to add is, tu finis. Okay, and with il and l you have to add it. Okay, and it will pronounce as il fini. And with the new form you have to add ISSONS. Let me tell you again, the IR category, In nu form, you have to remove IR and then add ISSONS, and it will be pronounced as nu finissant. And with the VU form, you have to remove IR and then you have to add ISSEZ. Okay, and it will be pronounced as VU finisse. Okay, and the third cat and the last one is you have to remove IR and then you have to add ISSENT. Okay, and it will be pronounced as il finis. Okay, let me pronounce it once again. I'm going to pronounce the first verb finir, which means to finish. Okay, so je finis, tu finis, il finit, nous finissons, vous finissez, il finissent. So this is the rule for all IR ending verbs which are regular. Okay, you can see other verb also, remplir, which means to fill. Je remplis, tu remplis, il remplit, nous remplissons, vous remplissez, il remplissent. Okay, réfléchir, which means to think, to reflect. Je réfléchis, tu réfléchis, il réfléchit, nous réfléchissons, vous réfléchissez, elles réfléchissent. है ना, जितने वर्ब देख लो. réussir, réussir which means to succeed. Je réussis, again you can see IS, IS, IT, ISSONS, ISSEZ, ISSENT. So je réussis, tu réussis, il réussit, nous réussissons, vous réussissez, elles réussissent. So this is how you have to practice. So the PDF is already there in your Google Classroom. Okay, so these are different verbs, okay, with English meaning. So the PDF has also the same content without sound. All right. Obtenir, soutenir, intervenir. Devenir is very important verb. Devenir, to become. Avoir is very important. है ना, जे, tu, a, il, la, nous avons, vous avez. These are irregular verb, है ना. That is why this is not. So this is the example of irregular verb. For example, hour. In the IR category, hour is a irregular verb. So this does not follow the pattern of IS, IS, IT, ISSONS, ISSEZ, ISSENT. No. So that pattern is used only with regular verb, but not with irregular verb. Okay. So avoir is irregular, sortir is irregular, and partir is irregular, dormir, couvrir, découvrir. Okay, voir, which means to see, this is also irregular. Mentir, to lie, sentir, servir, offrir, ouvrir. And these verbs are irregular, which does not follow the pattern. Okay, we have done all these verbs in the class, but you can see on the screen also, all right, which is visible to you, all these verbs. Okay, so these verbs you must do with meaning also. Okay, now the third category. The third category is RE category. So in RE category, my dear students, what happens? So you have to remove the last RE, okay, and then you have to add. So what you have to add? So you can see. So once you remove RE, and then you have to add S, and then with the tu you have to add S, with il you have to add nothing, with nu you have to add ons, with vu you have to add ez, and with il plural you have to add ent. Okay, now let me read it. Let me read so that you will be able to understand how to pronounce. For example, the first verb is vendre. This is a regular verb. Okay, so it has a pattern, it has a rule. So vendre, you have to remove re, and then you have to add je vends. You have to add s, and this will be pronounced as je vends, tu vends, il vend, nous vendons, vous vendez, ils vendent. Okay, let me read one more example. Répondre. Répondre means to answer. Okay, répond, tu réponds, il répond, nous répondons, vous répondez, ils répondent. Okay, attendre, which means to wait. J'attends, tu attends, il attend, nous attendons, vous attendez, ils attendent. Okay, so in the RE category, again there are some irregular verbs which has no rule. Okay, so those irregular verbs you have to memorize. So first example, let me take this. Prendre is all, sorry, être. Okay, être is there. So être is in the RE category, but it is irregular, so it has no rule. You can see. To be, être means to be, like M is R. Okay, so je suis, tu es, il est, nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont. Okay, boire, boire is another example, to drink, which means which will be conjugated as je bois, tu bois, il boit, nous buvons, vous buvez, ils elles boivent. Okay, so you can see prendre, which means to take, apprendre, which means to learn, comprendre, which means to understand, dire, to tell, rire is to laugh, lire is to read, écrire to write, faire to do, to make, mettre to put, battre to beat, conclure to conclude, conduire to drive, connaître, connaître is to know. So here connaître is also a verb which is irregular in the RE category. Connaître means to know, but what actually connaître का use क्या है? What is the use of connaître? So when you know some person, when you know a city, okay, so there you have to use connaître. For example, I know Paris, so you have to say je connais Paris. Okay, je connais Paris. Or if you say I know Shah Rukh Khan, je connais Shah Rukh Khan. Okay, okay. If you say I know his address, je connais son adresse, I know his address. Okay, so to know this kind of things you have to use connaître. All right, but in IR category there is a verb, let me show you. I think it should be here, savoir. Yeah, I think it is in the special verb. Yes, so now here we are on a special verb category. So in the savoir, in the savoir is also verb which falls under IR category and irregular. So savoir means also to know. Okay, so just we have just done connaître, which means to know, but to know a person, to know a city, to know a place. Okay, okay, but savoir it also means to know, but it means to know a skill. For example, I know how to swim. Okay, I know how to dance, I know how to sing. So for that, you have to use savoir. All right. I hope the difference between savoir and connaître, it's clear, है ना? You have understood. Fine. So these are some special verbs. I'm calling you why I'm calling these verbs are special verbs, because these are very important verbs. All right. For example, vouloir, vouloir, which means to want. Okay. This also comes under IR category, irregular. How do you conjugate? Je veux, tu veux, il, elle veut, nous voulons, vous voulez, il, elle veulent. Okay? So for example, I want a coffee. So how will you translate? How will you say? Je veux un café. Okay? Fine. Okay, we want a coffee. So nous voulons un café. So this is how you have to use vouloir. Plus, vouloir can also be used with a verb. For example, I want to dance. Je veux danser. I want to speak. Je veux parler. Okay. I want to watch a film. Je veux regarder un film. So there also you can use. So which means vouloir can be used with a noun. For example, je veux un café. So un café is noun here. So you can use vouloir with a noun. Okay. Vouloir can also be used with a verb. For example, I told you, je veux manger, I want to eat. Je veux chanter, I want to sing. Je veux danser, I want to dance. Okay, so vouloir can be used with a noun or with a verb also. Okay, second special verb is pouvoir. Okay, pouvoir means can. Okay, can or may. So how do you conjugate pouvoir? That also comes under IR category, but irregular verb. Je peux. Okay, this is how you have to conjugate. Je peux, tu peux, il, elle peut, nous pouvons, nous pouvons, and then vous pouvez, and the last one is ils peuvent, elles peuvent. Okay, je peux, tu peux, il, elle peut, nous pouvons, vous pouvez, ils, elles peuvent. Okay, so this is how you have to conjugate this verb. So pouvoir, how you can use in a sentence. For example, if you say I can sing, okay, je peux chanter. I can dance, je peux danser. Okay, I can speak French, je peux parler français. Okay, so after vouloir and after pouvoir. If you are using a verb, so without conjugation you have to use. Got it? Without conjugation, the infinitive, the original verb you have to use after vouloir, after pouvoir. Okay. Yeah. Do you have any question here? Sir, please make us. Okay, fine, fine. Okay, just try to understand what I'm trying to explain you. Okay, now the devoir is another important verb for you. Devoir, which means must, have to, has to. है ना? So how this is also under IR category and it is irregular verb. It has no rule. You have to memorize. Okay, devoir. How do you pronounce? Je dois, tu dois, il doit, nous devons, vous devez, ils doivent, elles doivent. Okay. For example, if you say I have to go, okay, I have to go or I must go or I should go, you should, and after this, if you are using a verb, that verb should be in infinitive, the original verb. Okay. For example, je dois aller, ALLER, je dois aller, I must go, I have to go. Okay. Tu dois manger, you must eat, you should eat. Okay. You have to eat, tu dois manger. Okay. So this is how you have to make sentence using the devoir. Okay. Savoir, I have already told you. So for example, if you have to say I know how to speak French, so just say parler en français. Okay, I know how to speak French. So after this verb, just say कि just after you have to use a verb in its original form, infinitive form. I am sure you know the infinitive. Infinitive is a verb without conjugation. Okay. Okay, so just say nage, nage, Nager. Nage means to swim. If you say just say nage, which means I know how to swim. Okay, if you say I know how to write, okay, so just say écrire. I know how to write. If you say I know how to dance, so you have to say just say danser. I know how to dance. Okay, so these are special verbs. Okay, and how you have to make sentences using these verbs, I have already given you many examples. Okay, now come to pronominal verb, which is very important verb. Pronominal verb, yes, you can see pronominal verb. So pronominal verbs के लिए my dear students, all these verbs, pronominal verbs, are very important. I will tell you how to conjugate, but you have to see all these verbs. S'appeler, which means to be called. Se réveiller, which means to wake up. Se lever, to get up. Se laver, to wash. Okay, se doucher, to shower. Se brosser, to brush. S'habiller, to dress. Se reposer, to rest. Se promener, to walk. Se coucher, to go to bed. Se maquiller, to put on makeup. Se coiffer, okay, to comb. Se raser, to shave. Se préparer, to prepare. Or s'amuser, it to have fun or to enjoy. Okay, so pronominal verb, my dear students, what is pronominal verb? You have to understand. Pronominal verb, for example, I have told you in the example. First of all, how do you identify this verb is pronominal? Okay, this is very important to understand. So generally you have seen er verbs. Okay, you see er verbs you have already seen, ir verbs you have already seen, re verbs you have already seen, special verbs you have seen. Now pronominal verb may, how do you identify this verb is pronominal? You see there is a s apostrophe and se. So if a verb, which comes with s apostrophe or se, that shows that is pronominal verb. Okay, सो बिकॉज जितने वर्ब्स आपने पहले करे हैं उन सभी वर्ब्स में एस अपोस्ट्रॉफ या एस ई नहीं था ना, राइट? बट इन प्रोनोमिनल वर्ब्स में इफ यू सी एस apostrophe is there, se is there. So this is how you have to identify this is a pronominal verb, and if you see it in the examination, then you have to conjugate according to the rule of pronominal verb. So how you have to conjugate this verb? Okay, you must see supple verb you have done. So supple verb will be conjugated as je m'appelle. Okay, je m'appelle. Je के बाद m आएगा, बट यहाँ पे m apostrophe we are giving because apple is starting with vowel, that is why m apostrophe we are giving. Otherwise we have to give me. Okay, and then tutapel, tutapel. Okay, t apostrophe because apple is starting with vowel. Tutapel, il s'appelle, nous nous appelons. So nous again it is coming with the nous appelons, vous appelez, il s'appelle. S apostrophe we are giving here because appel is starting with vowel. So this is the rule for conjugating pronominal verb. This is very important. If you don't give that, your conjugation will be wrong. Okay, se réveiller. Let's take another example. Se réveiller, which means to wake up. How do you conjugate? Je me réveille. Here we have not given m apostrophe because réveil is starting with consonant with but not with vowel. You know, when the verb starts with vowel, then m apostrophe. Otherwise, completely you have to write me. Je me réveille, tu te réveilles, il se réveille, nous réveillons, vous réveillez, il elle se réveille. Okay, let's take one more example, then I will move to the next topic. For example, se laver, which means to wash. Okay, je me lave, tu te laves, il elle se lave, nous lavons, vous lavez, il elle se lave. Okay, this is mandatory. Just after je you have to give ma, tu के just बाद त, il के just बाद स, nu के just बाद nu, वो के just बाद वो, il elle plural के just बाद so. So this you have to give when you are conjugating pronominal verb. Okay, fine. Yeah, the in the question paper you have asked me question. Yeah, so once you give any examination, so generally pronominal verb will be given. So you will definitely identify this verb is pronominal verb or not. Okay, so but you should have an idea ki what is pronominal verb. है ना? I have shown you example before a pronominal verb. You will see s e or s apostrophe. Okay, so that will be there. Okay, so no need to worry, but you should know how to conjugate je me, tu te, il elle se, nous vous and il elle se. Fine, so this is all about pronominal verb. Just after I'm going to show you one important thing. I hope do you have don't you have any question? If you have, you can let me know, है ना? So just this is just an idea. So I have already explained you ER verbs, IR verbs, RE verbs, special verbs, pronominal verbs. Okay, briefly I have explained you the rule for IR, ER and RE and pronominal verb. So you have the PDF, entire PDF. You can go through the PDF. Now it will help you to understand. Okay, fine. Now let me share you another tab so that I think I should start a pronominal verb in detail. Okay, and then we will be doing the future proche, demonstrative, adjectives, negative. The translation is very important for you. Okay, all right. So now I'm going to share another screen. I think pronominal verb I am missing la négation. Okay, voila. Can you see the screen, dear students? Can you see the screen? Okay, is it visible to you? This is okay, fine. So I will quickly explain pronominal verb in detail. Okay. Okay, so in pronominal verb, you can see Ok, les verbes pronominaux sont des verbes qui sont toujours accompagnés d'un prénom réfléchi, which means pronominal verbs are the verbs always accompanied by a reflexive pronoun, which is me, te, se, nous, vous. Okay, sir, that refers back to the subject. Okay, these verbs indicate that the action is performed by the subject on themselves or has a reciprocal meaning. Okay, for example, je me lave, which means I wash myself. The action reflects back to I, the one who is performing the action. Who is performing the action. You can see this image. A person is looking him or herself in the mirror. So this person is looking in the mirror. So the action of looking in the mirror is done by this person, and it is reflecting back to that person itself. Okay, so that is basically pronominal verb, है ना? When you see yourself in the mirror, so who is doing the action of looking in the mirror? You are doing that action. Okay, and whom you are looking in the mirror? You are looking yourself in the mirror. Okay, so you are performing an action. Okay, and that is reflecting back to you. Okay, that is called reflexive verb, pronominal verb, les verbes pronominaux in French. All right, let me take one example. If you go to washroom and you take a shower, okay, so you wash, you are taking shower. Okay, so you are performing an action. Okay, for example, you are washing yourself, you are washing your body, है ना? So you are performing that action, and that is reflecting back to you, to the person who is performing the action. That is your reflexive verb. All right. Okay, so now you see how you conjugate. This is very important to understand. So how do you make this pronominal verb? Formation des verbes pronominaux. Alors, tout d'abord, qu'est-ce que vous allez faire? Vous allez ajouter le sujet et ensuite vous allez ajouter pronom réfléchi et ensuite, alors, vous allez ajouter le verbe. OK? So, सबसे पहले आपको क्या करना है? You have to give the subject. Okay, first of all, you have to give the subject je, and just after you have to give ma. Okay, but if the verb is starting with vowel, then me will become m apostrophe, which I have just explained you. Tu, the, and te becomes t apostrophe if the verb is starting with vowel. Il, elle, on, se, but it becomes s apostrophe if the verb is starting with vowel. Nu becomes nu, vu becomes vu, and il, elle becomes s, e or s apostrophe if the verb is starting with vowel. Okay, so this is je me lave, I wash myself. Tu te laves, you wash yourself. Il, elle se lave, he or she washes himself or herself. Nous lavons, we wash ourselves. Okay, vous lavez, you wash yourself. And il, elle se lave, they wash themselves. So my dear students, this is one of the example. Okay, now let me show you some verbs which are important for you. Okay, for example, verb pronominal. Okay, so verb pronominal, my dear students, you have to use this pronominal verb to talk about your daily activity. Okay, for example, I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I go to washroom, I brush my teeth. Okay, I take shower, then I get dressed, and then I take breakfast. Okay, I go to university, I study, then I take lunch with my friends, and then I take some rest. I come back to home in the evening. I take a walk, okay, and I watch a movie, all right, and then I have dinner with my family, and after that I go to bed. And so these kind of things you can express, using le verb pronomino. You can talk about your daily activity. All right. Okay, so now you see these are very, very, very important pronominal verbs. Okay, so these verbs will help you to write, to talk about your daily activity. All right. For example, se réveiller, okay, which means to wake up. If you can see the conjugation also. Je me réveille, tu te réveilles, il, elle se réveille, nous réveillons, vous réveillez, il, elle se réveille. Okay, so this is how you have to conjugate. For example, I wake up at 5 o'clock. So je me réveille and then à 5 heures. Okay, Je me réveille à 5 heures, it becomes I wake up at 5 o'clock. Okay, so this is how you have to conjugate. Now let me close it. Se lever, to get up. Se lever, je me lève, tu te lèves, il elle se lève, nous nous levons, vous vous levez, il elle se lève. So this is how you have to conjugate this verb se lever, which means to get up. Okay, s'étirer, to stretch, se laver, to wash. Just we have done this verb. Okay, se doucher, which means to shower, se brosser, to brush. For example, je me brosse, tu te brosses, il elle se brosse, nous nous brossons, vous vous brossez, il elle se brosse. This is how you have to conjugate all these pronominal verbs. So these are very important pronominal verbs. Okay, and during the daytime, so they पेशे है ना, so promenade, to take a walk. For example, I take a walk, है ना. So you can say je me promène, tu te promènes, il elle se promène, nous nous promenons, vous vous promenez, il elle se promène. Fine. So this is how you have to conjugate a pronominal verb se promener. Okay, fine. For example, if you are going to sleep, okay, you can use this conjugation se coucher. Se coucher, how will you conjugate? Je me couche, tu te couches, il, elle, on se couche, nous nous couchons, vous vous couchez, il, elle se couche. Okay, je me couche means I go to bed. Tu te couches means you go to bed. Il, elle se couche, he goes to bed. Okay, this is how you have to conjugate se coucher verb. Okay, so there are so many verbs here. S'occuper, to take care, and se souvenir, to remember, s'intéresser, to be interested, and se sentir, to feel. So these are important pronominal verbs which you must know. We have done so many verbs, okay, pronominal verbs in class also. So you know the conjugation, how to conjugate, what is pronominal verb. Now this is clear. Okay, now let me give you one exercise. This is a quiz. Okay, you can guess. Je dash se réveiller à 7 heures. So please give me answer. First, second, third, fourth. कौन सा होगा? Please tell me. Yes, tell me. Je me réveille, je te réveille, je se réveille, or je nous réveillons. What is your answer? Madhav has said me réveille, je me réveille. Okay, the first one. Okay, let me click. First one, and let's see, is it correct or not? Okay, je me réveille. Oh, voilà. Bravo, 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 bravo. बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया. You got 1 point. Okay, now next. Let me go to question suivante, which means next question. Okay, now the next question on your screen. Okay, tu does se brosser les dents après le petit déjeuner. So you brush, okay, your teeth after petit déjeuner. Petit déjeuner which means breakfast. है ना? Okay, so what is the correct answer? Please type your answer. Okay, second, tu te brosses, tu te brosses. Okay, okay, let me click and check. Tu te brosses. Voila! Bravo, bravo, बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया. गेम काफी इंटरेस्टिंग होता जा रहा है. मुझे भी थोड़ा पानी पी लेने दो यार, बहुत बोल रहा हूं मैं. Okay, so here we go. Ok, la troisième question, c'est elle dash se doucher le matin. She takes a bath in the morning. Okay, so what is the answer? First, second, third, fourth, please. Answer for this question. Okay, se douche. Elle se douche. Okay, elle se douche. Very good response. Very good response. Okay, let me click here. Elle se douche. I will go with the audience poll. Voila! Bravo! Correct answer. Ok, so nous allons passer à la quatrième question. Voilà. Nous avons cette question. Nous devons s'habiller rapidement. Rapidement means fast. Okay, so we get ourselves dressed fast. Okay, what is your answer? Please, my dear audience. Okay, third, you are saying nous nous habillons. Third, okay, 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 fine, fine. Let me see. Third, nous nous habillons. Voila, this is again correct answer. Good, good. Nous nous habillons. Fine. Ok, merci beaucoup. Alors, nous allons passer à la 5e question. Vous se promener dans le parc. Dans le parc. So you take a walk in the park. Okay. So now what is your answer? You are saying vous, okay. 4th number, vous promenez dans le parc. Okay, vous promenez dans le parc. Yes, yes, your answer, I guess. Let me click. Vous promenez, let's click. Alors, très bien, bravo, bravo, bravo. Ok, now, nous allons passer à la question suivante. Voilà. So, il se couche à minuit. So, they go to bed at midnight. Okay. Your answer, please. What is your answer? Okay. Avya is saying 4e, Sanvia Chawla 4e. Voilà, alors, nous allons cliquer et nous allons voir la réponse, la bonne réponse. Alors, je clique. Il se couche. Bravo, bravo. C'est bien. Vous avez bien joué. Très bien. Ok, vous avez bien joué. Alors, nous allons passer à la 7e question. Voilà. Je s'amuser avec mes amis. I enjoy myself. Ok, with my friends. Ok, votre question, votre réponse, s'il vous plaît. Ok. Ok, fine. Ok. Je m'amuse avec mes amis. I enjoy with my friends. Alors, nous allons cliquer la première réponse. Voilà, nous allons cliquer cette réponse. Je m'amuse. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Correct, correct. Alors, passons à la dernière question. Alors, on se dépêche pour arriver à l'heure. Arriver à l'heure means arrive on time. À l'heure means on time. Okay? Okay, so tell me. So dépêcher is to do hurry. Votre réponse? Ok, en troisième, साहिबा, क्या बात है, साहिबा ने कमाल कर दिया भाई. Third réponse, très bien, se dépêche. Alors, nous allons cliquer, se dépêche. Bravo, bravo, wonderful. Voir les résultats, let's see the result. Voilà, all correct. Question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alors, toutes les réponses sont bonnes. Alors, vous avez obtenu 100%. Hein? Full marks. All right? Full marks. Excellent. Hein? Excellent travail. Alors, c'est bien. Donc, vous avez déjà appris le verbe pronominaux. OK? So now, il faut applaudir pour vous. Hein? You have to, yes, clap for yourself. Yeah. Nice. Okay, so I hope this is done. You can take break of 1 minute and you can also take some water. All right. And then we will be starting another topic, la négation. Okay, la négation is very important for you. All right. So just take a water. Okay. And then we will be doing la négation. Okay. So now I'm going to teach you la négation. Okay. I hope the screen is visible to you. Yes. Okay. Fine. Yeah, can we start? If you are ready. Okay, fine. La négation. So I'm going to explain you one by one. So my dear students, on your screen you can see la négation. La négation is something that you use to express something no. No. Okay. So we have different kinds of negative expressions here. For example, in French, negation is formed by placing two words around the conjugated verb. Okay. En français, la négation se forme en plaçant deux mots autour du verbe conjugué, which means, so you have to use two words, okay, two words, okay, and in the middle you have to keep the verb. So before verb you have to use na, and after verb you have to use pa or jamais or plus or rien. So there are different negative expressions, but here we are going to discuss only four. The number one is pa, the number two is jamais, number three is plus, and number fourth is rien. Okay. So you see how to make. So first of all you have to give subject. Okay. For example, subject je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, है ना, I, you, he, she, we, they, है ना. First you have to give subject, and after subject what you have to give? Na. Na देना है, ne. Okay, na. You can see on your screen red color में na, you have to give na. But ne can become n apostrophe. Ne can become n apostrophe अगर उसके बाद वाला verb, if the verb is starting with vowel. Otherwise ne will be there. If the verb is starting with a vowel, है ना, then you have to give n apostrophe. Okay. After verb, what you have to do? After verb you have to give pa, है ना. अगर आपने if you have given pa, it means don't, है ना. If you have given jamais, it means never. If you have given plus, it means not anymore. If you have given rien, it means not, I mean nothing. Okay. So I will be explaining you one by one. Okay. So first I am going to take na plus verb plus pa. So first of all, I am going to take na plus verb plus pa. Okay. So for example, je ne parle pas anglais, which means I don't speak English. Okay. I don't speak English. Fine. Are you following now? Okay. Negative. You are following. Fine. हाँ, so je ne parle pas anglais, I don't speak English. So यहाँ पे what you are saying, my dear students, na is coming before verb and pa is coming after verb. जो ऊपर के फॉर्मूले में आप देख रहे हो, देखो, है ना, सब्जेक्ट दिया, न दिया, देन न के बाद verb and then pa, है ना. So न plus verb plus pa. So je ne parle pas, I don't speak English. Elle ne fume jamais. Elle ne fume jamais का मतलब हो गया she never smokes. Okay. न plus verb plus jamais. Elle ne fume jamais. She never smokes. Nous ne travaillons plus ici. न plus का मतलब हो गया not anymore. For example, I am working in TCS. I am not working anymore in TCS. If you have to say a work which you were doing, but now you don't do anymore, so there you have to use ne plus. Okay. So nous ne travaillons plus ici. Ici means here. So we do not work anymore here. Okay. And if you say il ne mange rien, il ne mange rien, which means they are not eating anything or they are eating nothing. Okay. They are eating nothing or they are not eating anything. ये हुआ न रिया का मतलब. Okay. So now we can see more examples. So न pas, which indicates not, है ना. For example, न pas, je ne parle pas français, I don't speak French. Okay. And if you use ne jamais, which means never, okay, never. If you say je ne fume jamais, I never smoke. Okay. And if you have to use ne plus, which means no longer, not anymore. Okay. How you have to use in a sentence? Je ne travaille plus ici, I don't work anymore here. Okay. And if you're using ne rien, which means nothing. Okay. So if you, how you have to use in a sentence? Je ne comprends rien. Comprend means to understand. It is a verb which we have done in class also, and that is there in the file also. Je ne comprends rien. I do not understand anything or I understand nothing. Okay. Okay, so here you have to you have to put your attention here. Please read this important note. Okay, before a vowel a e I o u or silent h. Silent h का मतलब होता है in French if there are some words which starts with h. Okay, but that h is not pronounced. Okay, so that is called silent h. Let me give you one example. For example, if you write in French hotel, hotel, so in English we pronounce hotel, but in French we pronounce hotel. Hotel, we don't pronounce h. Okay, so you remember. For example, hospital, so in English we pronounce her, hospital, but in French we pronounce hôpital. We don't pronounce h. So h is written, but h is not pronounced. H is silent there. I hope the concept of h silent is clear to you. Okay, so here what this is trying to say, before a vowel a, e, I, o, u or silent h, so ne becomes n apostrophe, which I have just explained you. So ne becomes n apostrophe in front of a verb which starts with vowel. Okay, so devant une voyelle with in front of a vowel or h silent, we have to put n apostrophe. Okay. Okay, example, je n'aime pas. Okay, je n'aime pas, I don't like. Il n'habite plus, he does not live anymore. Okay, so this is the concept of negative. Now you see some examples. Okay, some examples here. Okay, you can see, je ne parle pas, I do not speak English. Il n'aime pas le café, he does not like coffee. You see here, n apostrophe I have given here because aim, which means to like, to love, is starting with vowel. So agar vowel se start ho raha hai, to you have to give n apostrophe. Il n'aime pas le café, he does not like coffee. Nous ne mangeons pas, okay, the viande, we do not eat meat. Okay, vous ne travaillez pas le dimanche, you do not work on Sunday. Elle n'habite pas à Paris, she does not live in Paris. So this, so what is, my dear student, what is important here? So in negative, before the verb you have to give an e or an apostrophe, or after verb you have to give a pa, or you have to give plus, or you have to give jamais, or you have to give क्या कहते हैं rien, according to the context. Okay, second example, न jamais, never. So where you have to use न jamais. Je ne fume jamais, I never smoke, which means अगर कोई ये कहता है je ne fume jamais, it means वो कभी भी स्मोकिंग नहीं करता है, कभी नहीं करता है ना? जैसे कि मैं कभी डिस्को नहीं जाता हूँ, तो आई कैन से je ne vais jamais à la disco, मैं कभी डिस्को नहीं जाता, है ना? ऐसा काम जो आप कभी नहीं करते उसके लिए न jamais यूज करेंगे. ओके, फाइन. नाउ यू सी द थर्ड एग्जाम्पल, न प्लू. न प्लू का मतलब नो लॉन्गर, नॉट एनी मोर, है ना? विच मीन्स ऐसा काम जो आप पहले करते थे लेकिन अब नहीं करते हो. मतलब अ वर्क दैट यू यूज टू डू बट नाउ यू डोंट डू इट. समटाइम्स कुछ लोग शराब पीते हैं, ड्रिंक करते हैं ना, लेकिन फिर वो छोड़ देते हैं, फिर वो कहते हैं अब मैं ड्रिंक नहीं करता. ओके, तो वहां पे यू हैव टू यूज न प्लू. कुछ लोग स्मोकिंग करते हैं, राइट, कुछ लोग स्मोकिंग करते हैं, लेकिन कुछ लोग ऐसे होते हैं जो स्मोकिंग करते थे लेकिन अब वो छोड़ दिया उन्होंने, है ना? अब वो स्मोकिंग नहीं करते हैं. ओके, नाउ ही और शी डजंट स्मोक. तो वैसी जगह में यू हैव टू यूज न प्लू, है ना? je ne fume plus, आई डोंट स्मोक एनी मोर. ओके, थर्ड एग्जाम्पल, हो सकता है आप किसी कंपनी में काम कर रहे थे, है ना? फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं सपोज इमेजिन मैं टीसीएस में, मैं गूगल में काम कर रहा था, बट अब नहीं करता हूँ, है ना? तो अब अगर मुझे ये कहना है कि आई डोंट वर्क एनी मोर इन गूगल, सो यू हैव टू यूज न प्लू. ठीक है, सो दिस इज हाउ यू हैव टू यूज न प्लू का कॉन्सेप्ट इन नेगेटिव, है ना? Okay, fine. Now, ne rien. Ne rien, again, na will come before verb and rien will come just after verb. So, ne rien ka matlab kya? What is the meaning of ne rien? Nothing. Matlab, if I ask you, are you eating something? You say, no, sir, I am not eating anything. I am eating nothing. Then you have to use ne plus rien. Okay? Okay. If I ask you, are you eating something? You say nahi sir, मैं कुछ भी नहीं खा रहा हूँ, I'm eating nothing. Il je ne mange rien. So you have to use like that. ठीक है? All right. So this is how you have to make the negative sentences in French. Ne rien, nothing. Na jamais. Okay. So now let me do the exercise just and finish it. We will not do all the exercises, है ना, since we are running of time. है ना, we are running out of time because okay. So just finish this. I do not speak French. So how will you? What will you write? Please write your answer. I do not speak French. Je dash parle dash français. What is your answer? No parle pas. Okay, fine. Let me type here answer. No, and then you are saying parle pas. Okay, je ne parle pas, which means I do not speak. Okay, now we do not eat meat. What is your answer, please? Nous ne mangeons pas. Okay, nous ne mangeons pas de viande. Okay, he does not like chocolate. Il, what would be your answer? Ne or an apostrophe? Since it is starting with vowel, okay, an apostrophe. Il n'aime pas le chocolat. He does not like chocolate. Okay, here. Vous ne travaillez. You do not work today. Vous ne travaillez pas aujourd'hui. You are not working here. Okay, so check the answer. Okay, can I check the answer? Il n'aime pas le chocolat. Vous ne travaillez pas aujourd'hui. Okay, fine. Let me check the answer. Okay, this is fine. This is also correct answer. Maybe there was a space issue, but this is also correct answer. Ne pas. Fine. So all answers are correct. Here this is not incorrect. The correct answer is showing ne pas, and we have also written here ne pas. Okay. So maybe there was a issue of a space. Okay. Fine. So this answer is correct. Second answer is this. Je fume. Okay, je fume. Please write your answer. Write your answer. Okay, this is already given actually. Okay, this is already given. We have to, what we have to do? This answer would be je ne fume jamais. Je ne fume jamais. This is correct. Je ne fume jamais, and I never smoke. Okay, elle voyage en été. She travels in summer. है ना? So you have to change it into she doesn't travel in summer. So this is elle ne voyage jamais en été. Okay, en été. Elle ne, this is no plus, na? एक second. This is she does not travel anymore. Okay, this is anymore, right? So we have to use plus. Elle ne voyage plus en été. En été. Okay, this is fine. Elle ne voyage plus en été because it was anymore. Okay, third is nous comprenons, we understand. You have to make we understand nothing. Nothing. So we have to use rien. Okay, so this is nous ne comprenons rien. Correct. Okay, nous ne comprenons rien. Okay, now the last one is never. Okay, tu danses le soir, you dance in the evening. So you never dance in the evening if you have to say. So this will be tu ne danses jamais le soir. This is correct. Tu ne danses jamais le soir. Yes, all answers are correct. Fine. The last exercises we can do. Okay. Esko mari abit apari. Okay. So my dear students, I think we have done all these exercises. If you want me to complete this also, we can do. Okay. By the way, this is the last exercise we can finish. Okay. So Esko mari abit apari. She mama. Does Mari live in Paris? No, she does not live in Paris anymore. Okay. So obviously it is about anymore hai, so we have to give an apostrophe and then you have to give blue. Fine. Okay. Here, do you want something? Tu veux quelque chose? Do you want something? No, no, I want nothing. So here it is about nothing. So again, you have to give na, okay? And then nothing ke liye we have to give rien, which you can see there also. है ना? Here, ils vont souvent au cinéma. They often go to cinema. है ना? This is a question. So no, they never go to cinema. Never कहना है तो then na. And just after verb you have to use jamais. हो गया. Fine. Again the last is, do you like coffee? No, we don't like coffee. So again coffee, है ना? Amo, which is starting with vowel, so you have to give an apostrophe and just after you have to give pa. So all this is fine. So this is just for your practice. Now you know where you have to put no, where you have to put pa, jamais, plus, and rien. Okay. So no will come before the verb, and pa, rien, jamais, and plus will come after the verb. Okay. And in the middle, the verb you have to put. Okay. But you have to understand, if it is a general question, then you can say don't, yani ki na pa. But if is a question like, for example, are you eating something? Then you have to use na rien. Okay. Are you doing something? Then you have to use na rien. Okay. But if you say, do you still smoke? Which means, है ना, do you still smoke? So if you have to make the negative of the sentence, then you have to make na plus. I don't smoke anymore. Okay. Okay, so do you ever go to disco? You can say never. Or do you always go to disco? I never go to disco. है ना? So you have to see what is the question. According to the question, you have to use na pa, or according to the question, you have to use na jamais, na plus, and na rien. So first you have to understand the question, then you have to use different forms of negative. Okay, so now negative sentences we have done. Now I'm going to explain you a different topic, that is demonstrative. Okay, now let me have water also. Okay, so अभी थोड़ा सा ब्रेक, आई मीन 1 मिनट का ब्रेक ले रहा हूं मैं. और सो नाउ वी विल बी कवरिंग डेमोन्स्ट्रेटिव, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, फ्यूचर प्रोश, एंड देन ट्रांसलेशन. उसके पहले मैंने आपके लिए एक शेर, मैंने नहीं लिखा है, एक शेर रीड कर रहा हूँ. दो आई मीन एक नज्म है. ये है उनका, मुनीर नियाजी साहब हैं, उन्होंने एक लिखा है. द टाइटल इज, अगर सही लगे तो ताली बजा देना आप, ठीक है. द टाइटल इज, हमेशा देर कर देता हूँ, है ना, हमेशा देर कर देता हूँ. और ये मैं क्यों पढ़ रहा हूँ? बेसिकली इसलिए पढ़ रहा हूँ, बहुत सारे ऐसे स्टूडेंट्स हैं जो देर कर देते हैं. रिवाइज करना हो, क्लास में नोट्स बनानी हो, सवाल पूछना हो क्लास में, हमेशा देर कर देता हूँ. तो उनके लिए ये मुझे लगा कि ये रीड करना चाहिए, थोड़ा ब्रेक भी हो जाएगा और आप सुन भी लें. ओके, सो टाइटल इज, हमेशा देर कर देता हूँ मैं, है ना, हमेशा देर कर देता हूँ मैं हर काम करने में. ज़रूरी बात कहनी हो, कोई वादा निभाना हो, उसे आवाज़ देनी हो, उसे वापस बुलाना हो, हमेशा देर कर देता हूँ मैं. मदद करनी हो उसकी, यार की ढारस बंधाना हो, बहुत देरी ना रस्तों पर किसी से मिलने जाना हो. देरी ना रस्तों मतलब बहुत पुराने रस्तों पर किसी से मिलने जाना हो, हमेशा देर कर देता हूँ मैं. बदलते मौसमों की सैर में दिल को लगाना हो, बदलते मौसमों की सैर में दिल को लगाना हो, किसी को याद रखना हो, किसी को भूल जाना हो, हमेशा देर कर देता हूँ मैं। ओके, ओके, आखिरी लाइन है जो थोड़ा सा टची है। किसी को मौत से पहले किसी गम से बचाना हो, किसी को मौत से पहले किसी गम से बचाना हो, हकीकत और थी कुछ, हकीकत और थी कुछ, उसको जाके ये बताना हो, हमेशा देर कर देता हूँ मैं हर काम करने में। सो बस यही था माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स। ओके, ओके, सो मुझे लगा आई शुड यूज दिस इन दिस प्रोग्राम। ओके, सो हमेशा देर कर देता हूँ। ओके, तो आपको देर नहीं करना है। ओके, ये आपको देर नहीं करना है, हमेशा सवाल पूछना है ना, रिवीजन करना है, नोट्स बनाने में देर नहीं करना है आपको। ठीक है, आई एम ऑलवेज देयर टू सपोर्ट यू। ठीक है, ओके, सो फाइन, सो माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, क्लास में आने में देर कर देते हैं आप कभी, है ना, कभी लिफ्ट में होते हैं तो कभी सीढ़ियों पे होते हैं, है ना। ओके, सो फाइन, सो चलिए अब हम दूसरा टॉपिक करते हैं। लेट्स डू द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक, डेमोन्स्ट्रेटिव एडजेक्टिव्स, फ्यूचर प्रोश एंड ट्रांसलेशन। द क्लास इज ओवर देन। ओके, okay, so les adjectifs démonstratifs. Okay, demonstrative adjectives. So demonstrative adjectives, in English we call it demonstrative adjectives. So demonstrative adjectives, I have uploaded a video also on FrenchPro Global. I hope you have watched that video. Okay, so demonstrative adjectives is like this, that, these, those, है ना, this boy, that boy, this girl, that girl, these students, those students, है ना. So how this is used to identify, to point out, है ना, to indicate a person, animal, place, object, है ना. So there are four forms. There are different forms also of demonstrative adjectives, but at a higher level. But at this level, you have to do only these four. The first is sir, sir, set, set, say. Sir is used before. So one important point, demonstrative adjectives are always used before a noun. Before a noun. Okay. So sir comes, sir is used before a masculine noun, and that noun should be singular. Okay. Second one is Set, C-E-T, Set, that is masculine singular noun. Okay, so the Set is used before a masculine singular noun. So now you must be asking, sir is also with masculine singular noun. Set is also with masculine singular noun. Nahi. Set is used before a masculine singular noun, but that should start with a vowel or H silent. Okay, with a vowel or H silent. Fine. Now, the third is Set, C-E-T-T-E, Set. Okay, Set. Just wait, I think I'm getting a call from somebody. I don't know who is calling, but anyway, if you have any question. Okay, screen is black. Okay, is my screen? Okay, okay, let me see. Okay, let me share it again. Okay, wait. Demonstrative adjectives. Yeah, now tell me, is it visible? Okay, fine, fine, fine. It is visible. Okay, fine. So I'm going to start from the beginning. Okay, okay, fine. So my dear student, demonstrative adjectives, which you can see on your screen, demonstrative adjectives, we have to use these demonstrative adjectives to point out, to indicate, to identify an object a person or a place or a thing. Okay, for example, this boy, this girl, that boy, that girl, these students, those students, है ना? So for that we have to use demonstrative adjectives. All right, and demonstrative adjectives, there are different forms of demonstrative adjectives, but at this level you have these four forms which are on your screen. The first is sir. Okay, sir. Sir is used before a masculine singular noun. Okay, Set. Then the second one is cet, Set. Okay, Set. Set is also used before a masculine singular noun, but that noun should start with a vowel or H silent. Okay, so we, for masculine noun, we have two demonstrative adjectives. First is ce, that is sir, will be used before a masculine singular noun, and set will be used before a masculine singular noun, but that noun should start with a vowel or H silent. ठीक है. Now feminine के लिए set, CETTE, set. Okay, so all feminine noun, whether it is consonant or whether it is vowel starting, it doesn't matter. If a noun is feminine singular, you have to use set, CETTE, set. On, and for plural noun, you have to use CES. Whether it is masculine plural or feminine plural, simply you have to use say. That's it. And this is demonstrative adjectives. We will be doing just 4 examples and we will move to the next topic. I'm not going to take much time on this topic. Okay. Okay, demonstrative, fine. Okay, you can just see this example. Sir livre est intéressant. This book is interesting. हमने sir use करा because livre is masculine. Sir garçon est mon ami. This boy is my friend. I have used sir here because boy is masculine. This is fine. Now set. Set, homme est gentil. This man is kind. So I have used cet, set, because homme is masculine plus it is starting with vowel and or H sound. Okay. Cet hotel est moderne. This hotel is modern. I am using set because hotel is starting with H silent. Now set. Set, we have to use with a feminine noun. For example, cette femme est médecin. This woman is a doctor. I have used set with the femme because femme is here feminine noun. Okay. The last example you can see. Cette école est près d'ici. So this school is near here. So why I am using set? Because école is a feminine noun. Fine. Now plural. Avec say plural we have to use with a plural noun. Ces livres sont chers. These books are expensive. Okay. Ces filles sont étudiantes. These girls are student. So with all masculine and feminine plural you have to use say. है ना? So for example, you can see this on your screen. You can just give me answer quickly and this chapter is over. Yeah, you please type your answer. Sa estilo, set estilo, set estilo, or se estilo. What would be your answer? See, this is very important exercise. I'm telling you, very important exercise. Okay, fine. Okay, sa estilo e rouge wala. Very good. Correct. Second example. Okay, so set say. What is your answer? Table is feminine. So we have to use set. Very good. Okay, third के लिए arb. Arb is a masculine noun. It means tree. Okay, arb is a masculine noun. It is a masculine but vowel starting. तो उसके लिए we have to use this. Correct? Now number 4. You have fleur. Fleur is flowers and which is plural. Okay. So plural के लिए we have to use say fleur. Very good. Now ordinateur is a masculine noun but it is starting with vowel. So set ordinateur, correct answer. Fine. So fine, this is fine. We are not doing this. We are not doing this because it will take a lot of time. Okay, fine. Now let's move to the next topic, that is le futur proche. Okay. Fine, correct. All of you are very right. You all have given the right answer. Very good. Now the second last topic is le futur proche and the most important translation, because translation may mostly I have found students make mistakes. So I have designed a translation which are extremely important for all of you. Okay. Now, why I'm doing translation at the end? Because so in order to do the translation, you should know all these demonstrative. You should know vulvar, pouvoir, d'avoir. You should know IR, RE, RE, pronominal. Everything is important for that. That is why मैंने last में translation topic रखा है. Okay, fine. So now we are going to learn, practice le futur proche. Sorry, l'imperative. Sorry, not future proche. We have to practice l'imperative. Sorry. Sorry, I was telling you that we are going to practice le future proche, not future proche. We are going to start with imperative, l'imperative. It is very important, because I know you may make mistakes in imperative, but this is very easy. Just you understand, if you know the conjugation, you are going to complete the imperative without any problem. Okay. I hope the screen is visible to you. फिर से ब्लैक हो गया है. Okay. Now it will come. It will come. Wait. Now is it visible? Okay. It is visible. Fine. L'imperative. Fine. So imperative, I am going to revise. So imperative sentences, my dear students, imperative sentences. What is imperative? So imperatives we have to use to give orders, instructions, suggestions. Okay. For example, go, come, stand up. Okay. Sit down, turn right, turn left. On roadside, you must have seen imperatives are used to give road signs in metro, in airports, है ना? So imperatives are used there. Now, how to make imperative? That is important to understand. You see. So in imperative, my dear students, first of all, what you have to do, so you have to take the tu form, nu form, and vu form. Okay. So you must have watched in my video also that in imperative you don't have to take subject. You don't have to take what do you say? Yeah, subject nahi lena, and then you don't have to take the job form, il form singular and il form plural. So you have to just take tu form, nu form, vu form. Fine. For example, tu parles français. It will be parle français. Okay. Nous mangeons ensemble. We eat together. Mangeons ensemble. Let's eat together. Okay. Vous écoutez de la musique. Okay. Écoutez de la musique. Listen to music. Fine. So one important thing in the ER category with tu parle. So generally we give S, but in imperative you have to drop this S. Okay. So the correct form will be parle. है ना? So no pronoun with this, and you have to add exclamation mark. That is important. Okay. In imperative. So just see some examples. Tu parle. So it will be parle, which means speak. Tu vas. Again, you have to drop S if you are conjugating any verb in imperative with the tu, and if that verb is er ending, then in the tu form you have to drop S. Example, va. Fine. Now regular verbs. For example, parler. What would be the conjugation of parler in imperative? And parle, parlons, parler, which means speak. Let's speak and speak. Finir, fini, finish, finissons. Let's finish, finissez, and finish. So these are the way you have to conjugate. You have to change. You have to make imperative sentences. But one important thing which I want to highlight here, that there are some verbs which are irregular. Okay. So that is conjugated in a different way in imperative. That one is être, avoir. Let me show you that irregular verb. For example, être. So être, for example, if you have to make imperative from être, for example, be positive, है ना, be on time, be attentive, है ना, so be intelligent, है ना, so you have to make such imperative sentences, then être will be used, है ना, you have to conjugate être with the tu like soit, and with the nous soyons, and with the vous soyez. Okay, now our will be conjugated as a, for example, have patience, okay, have courage, then you have to use this a. With the tu form it will be a, with the nous form it will be ayons, with the vous form it will be ayez. And aller, va, allons, allez, venir becomes vient, venons, let's come, venez, come. So this is how you have to make irregular, I mean irregular of uh, the irregular imperative from the irregular verbs. Now the exercise. Okay, just do this 5 question and that's sufficient for you. For example, not do this exercise, we should do this exercise, yeah, or yeah, we can do the second exercise. Okay, so complete the sentence. Ale au cinema, can you please type the answer? Let's go to cinema, let's go to cinema. Please tell me what is your answer. Let's go to cinema. Yeah, type your answer. Type your answer. Okay. Allons au cinéma. Yes, that is correct answer. Allons au cinéma. Yes. Let me type here. Okay. Allons au cinéma. Yes. Let's see. Okay. Second answer. Take your book. Prendre ton livre. What would be your answer? Please type. Allons au cinéma. Fine. Allons au cinéma. Very good. Let me type here. सॉरी, आलों सिनेमा तो हो गया. दूसरा आंसर आपने दिया प्रों लिव्र. ओके, प्रों लिव्र. लेट मी प्रोंद्रे, नो, प्रोंद्रे साहिबा, नॉट प्रोंद्रे. प्रोंद्रे नहीं होता, प्रोनो, प्रोने होता है. ठीक है. You check with the conjugation of prondre in the PDF file which I have sent you. So if you make any mistake, you consult that PDF, that will help you. Okay. Okay, prom. Let me type here the answer and we'll check is it. Okay. Prom, ton livre. Okay, take your book. Fine. Now here, pay attention. What would be your answer? Pay attention can be informal, it can be formal also. ठीक है. Yeah, your answer please. Prendre ton livre. Okay, no, prone. Yeah, for the third, faire attention. है ना, पे अटेंशन. Fais attention. Okay, fais attention. Let me type here. Sorry. Fais attention. It's pay attention. Fine. Next is come here. Come here. Come here. क्या होगा? Okay. This exercise is very, very, very important for you. VIC, let me check. So here, see, VIC is also possible and VANE is also, VANEC is also possible. Okay. If it is informal, then VIC, come here. And if it is formal, then VANEC, both are possible. Okay. But we are just taking the informal one, but both are correct. I'm telling you in advance. Okay. VIA, sorry, VIC. Sorry, via, okay, via. Fine, come here. Or it can be vane isi also, and both are correct answer. Okay, here, what is the correct answer? Etre gentil, be nice. Your answer, please. Yeah, this the answer for the last. Okay, soyez gentil. Okay, soyez gentil, because gentil is plural, na? That is why you are saying soyez gentil. Sois gentil nahi hoga because gentil is not singular. If it is plural, then soyez gentil. Okay, let me type here. soyez gentil. Fine, soyez gentil. Okay, now let's check the answer. There is no option for answer checking. Anyway, वो हम देखते हैं. Yes, yes, correct. All correct answer. Allons is the correct answer. Prompt is the correct answer. See, here both are possible. If you are using for informal, then fait, attention is the correct answer. Or if you are using for formal, then fait is the correct answer. Okay. Here also, via ici, it can be via also, or if it is you are using for plural one, then vane or formal situation mein this is also correct answer. ठीक है? So both are correct answer. Fine. Okay. Now let's move to future prosh में what we have done. Future prosh में there is nothing to do in future prosh, है ना? I have already told you in future prosh you must have seen that in my video. I have uploaded that video on future prosh. It's a very small video. Just watch it, है ना? I didn't make the such exercises based on the future prosh, but just for your kind information, you can watch that video Le Futur Proche, okay, on my French Pro channel. ठीक है? Okay, now the last, and I will finish this class after doing the translation. So translation, you must participate. Okay. So in future prosh ke liye, you just watch my video. It is a very small video and very easy. You will understand. Like subject plus conjugation of ale, and then you have to add the infinitive, the original verb. For example, what is the conjugation of ale? Je vais, tu vas, il elle va, nous allons, vous allez, ils elles vont. So this is the conjugation of ale. Okay. So how you make future prosh? इस conjugation के just बाद. For example, je vais. उसके जस्ट बाद यू हैव टू ऐड द इन्फिनेटिव, द ओरिजिनल वर्ब. फॉर एग्जांपल पार्ले, PARLER, पार्ले. सो je vais parler, which means I am going to speak. Tu vas voyager, है ना? VOYAGER, voyager means to travel. So it will be tu vas voyager means you are going to travel. So future prosh करने के लिए यू शुड नो द कॉन्जुगेशन ऑफ आले प्लस उसके जस्ट बाद यू कैन ऐड ऑल verb without conjugation. The original verb you have to add after that. Okay. Now, what is the use case of future prosh, my dear students? Future prosh you can use to talk about your future plan. Okay. Future prosh means near future. Near future means an action that is going to happen soon. For example, मुझे प्यास लगी है, I am going to have water. मुझे भूख लगी है, I am hungry, I am going to take dinner. Okay. This evening I am going to watch a movie with my friend. Okay. So if you have to express such kind of things, you have to use future prosh. Okay. So future prosh can be used to talk about your future plan, your weekends plan, your evening plan. For example, in this evening I have a plan. I'm going to meet my friend, I'm going, and then we are going to have dinner in the Taj Hotel. All right. And then I'm going to visit India Gate. Okay. After that I'm going to Lodi Garden. Okay. I'm going to take a walk. Okay. So this is your evening plan. For example, for your weekend plan. Okay. So in the coming weekend, I'm going to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Then I'm going to take a shower. And then after that, I'm going to take my breakfast. And then I'm going to a study. And I'm going to meet my friend. And we are going to a study together. And then we are going to the cinema. We are going to watch a movie, and then we are going to have dinner outside. All right. So this kind of things you can talk about your weekend plan. And for example, if you have to talk about your summer vacation plan, okay, you can talk about ki in this summer vacation, me and my family, we are going to Paris, है ना? We are going to take flight from Indira Gandhi International Airport, and then we are going to arrive France, and then we are going to take a taxi, then we are going to, after that we are going to reach hotel, we are going to take rest. Okay, then in the evening we are going to visit Eiffel Tower. Okay, then we are going to visit Louvre Museum. Okay, then in the evening we are going to have dinner, French cuisine, and so all kind of things you can talk about your holiday plan. So for that you have to use future pros. And what is the structure of future pros? Conjugation of aller, and then you have to add infinitive. For example, je vais manger, I am going to eat. So this is all about future project. And if you want more details, please watch my video which I have uploaded today. Okay, fine. Can I start the translation? Huh, class? Okay. Can you start the class translation? Okay, fine. Okay. Okay, so here on your screen, I hope screen is visible to you. Screen is visible to you. Please inform in the group that translation is starting. So kindly join. Uh, Let me send them. Let me share. Translation is starting. Please join. Please join. You know. Okay, just give me a minute. I'll inform. I'm informing them. Okay. I hope this would be sufficient. Today we are practicing a lot, and I think after this class you should take rest, sleep, है ना? And in the morning you just go quickly from your notebook. And I hope you are going to do very well in the examination. I believe that this time you should not have any problem. Okay, fine. All right. So the screen is also visible. No, no, you don't need to spend much time. I think this, what we are doing here, this is actually practice. You know, we are doing practice. And just after this class, have a coffee or something, or you want to sleep, sleep. You know, take a nice sleep. In the morning, you just wake up and go through the notes. That is, would be sufficient. Or you can watch my video, the 3 videos which I have uploaded, that will give you more clarity on each topic. Okay, fine. Or what you can do even in the morning hour, and if you have I mean in the exam in the morning hour, or maybe in the afternoon or noon, I don't know. So what you can do, so in the morning also you can practice the translation part. Okay, so if you practice the translation part, that will help you to translate. Okay, because translation requires practice. Okay, and in order to do the translation, you must know all the conjugations, all the topics that we have done in the class, because translation can be any sentences. But believe me, whatever you have to translate, so nothing will be outside. So whatever topics you have done, and if you know the meaning of the words, if you know the conjugation, if you know the use of prepositions, if you know like demonstrative adjectives, if you know future proche, if you know all er, special verbs or pronominal verbs, so I think there will be no problem in translation. Because I I generally give sentences which are which you can translate, if you have the knowledge. है ना. You cannot do the translation just by memorizing some sentences. So these sentences that we are going to, that will help you to practice. This is just for practice. So if you can do such kind of sentences, if you can solve such complex sentences, then there will be no problem. Translation is an act of practice. Okay, so you have to practice. Fine. Okay. Okay, fine. Now let me ask you. Okay, now you have this question. Why do you like this city? Can you please translate here? Please type your answer. So why do you like this city? Fast, do fast translation. Okay, pourquoi aimes-tu cette ville? Okay, let me type here. Translation French. Okay. Pourquoi tu aimes? This is also possible. Pourquoi tu aimes cette ville? Okay. So why do you like this city? Let's check the answer. Voila, correct answer. See, there are different forms also. Pourquoi aimez-vous cette ville? This is also possible. Pourquoi aimes-tu cette ville? The Madhav, you have given this answer. Pourquoi aimes-tu cette ville? This is also correct. Pourquoi vous aimez cette ville? है ना? Pourquoi aimez-vous? Pourquoi tu aimes cette ville? Pourquoi vous aimez? So there are different possibilities. Okay, now next. Where is your house? Where is your house? Okay, so please type your answer fast. Yeah, please type your answer. Where is your house? Where? Quelle est vous maison? No, 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 no. Quelle est vous maison? No. Where is your house? Où est ta maison? Où est ta maison? Very good. Very good. Let me type here. Okay, where is your house? Où est votre maison? ये हो सकता है. Où est votre maison? Or there is one possibility. Où est ta maison? Votre maison is आपका घर कहाँ है? This is formal. Où est ta maison? Which is तुम्हारा घर कहाँ है? Informal. Yes, correct answer. Où est ta maison is also possible, and this answer is also possible. Où est votre maison? Okay, fine. Où est votre maison? Fine. Next. Yes, type. Did you like this book? Please type your answer. Did you like this book? Did you like this book? Yeah, tell me. Did you like this book? Aimes-tu ce livre? Did you like? Okay, do you like this book? Sorry, do you like this book? Aimes-tu ce livre? Okay, you have responded. Let me type here. There are multiple options. This can be from formal, it can be informal also. Let me type here. Do you like this book? Tu aimes? Do you like ce livre? Okay, tu aimes ce livre? Voila, this is correct answer. Okay, so aimez-vous ce livre is also possible. Aimes-tu ce livre is also possible. Vous aimez ce livre is. Est-ce que vous aimez ce livre is also possible. Est-ce que tu aimes ce livre is also possible. Or aimez-vous ce livre is also. So there are multiple options you have. है ना? I think you have done the question now. Intonation, est-ce que, inversion. So you can ask. You can use all those tricks. Okay, fine. Next question. These are my friends. These are my friends. Your answer, please. Yes, your answer, please. These are my friends. This is the last topic that we are doing, and after that, the class will be over. The translation is very, very important. Okay, ce sont, ces sont mes amis नहीं होना चाहिए. Ce sont mes amis, I guess. And ce sont, these are my friends. Let's see. Okay, ce sont mes amis. Ce sont mes amis. Okay. Yes. Ce sont mes amis. Okay. Ce sont mes amis. Fine. Next. This city is very beautiful. This city is very beautiful. Please translate. This city is very beautiful. Yeah. Type fast. This city is beautiful. Very beautiful. Setville a bell. Okay, this is, it means Setville a bell means this city is beautiful. But what about very? Yeah. Setville a tre bell. Okay, Setville a tre bell. Yes, correct answer. This city is very beautiful. Next. Mumbai is my favorite city. Mumbai is my favorite city. Yeah, please. Translate it. Mumbai is my favorite city. No, Satville e beaucoup. If you translate Satville e beaucoup, that will be wrong. This city is bahut, very much. No, here is beautiful, beautiful, très belle. Okay, beaucoup is used in terms of a lot. We can't say this city is a lot of beautiful. No, we can't say. We can say very beautiful. Okay, Mumbai est ma ville préférée. Voila. We have also done this kind of sentences in the previous semester, like my favorite actor, my favorite city. है ना? So Mumbai is my favorite city. Let me type. You have written Mumbai est ma ville préférée. Okay. Mumbai est ma ville préférée. Mumbai, since it is a city, préféré will come with extra E. Okay, Mumbai est ma ville préférée. Ville préférée is favorite city. Extra E we have given because ville is feminine. Okay, let's check. Yes, correct answer. Mumbai or Bombay est ma ville préférée. Fine. Next question. I want a coffee. I want a coffee. Yes, please your answer. I want a coffee. Yeah, please write your answer. I want a coffee. Je veux un café, correct. Okay. Je veux un café. Je veux un café. I want a coffee. I want a tea. Do you want a coffee? Do you want a tea? Okay. Do you want to watch a movie? So all kind of sentences you can make. Okay. Correct answer. Next. I want to learn French. Please your translation. I want to learn French. I want to learn French. Yeah, please type your answer. Okay. Okay, je veux apprendre le français. Je veux apprendre le français. Yes, correct answer. Next. I can speak English. Yes, translate. I can speak English. Yes, I can speak English. Yeah, so this should be. Yes. Je peux parler anglais. Okay, this is what you are saying. Yes, je peux parler anglais. Fine. Next, I can dance well. I can dance well. Je peux bien danser. Je peux bien danser. I can dance well. Yes, correct. 10 out of 10. All right. So I think this is fine. So, but because I have so many, I mean, 50 questions, so 10 questions we have already done, 40 questions are remaining, and I think it is too late, and you must be tired. Okay, so we can stop the class here, I guess. You are now confident, huh, students? I think we should stop here. Okay, so we can stop here. Okay, so if you have any questions, or will you be, you have to do the verb completely, you know, you have to know the conjugations, full conjugations you must know, as I told you in class also that, and we have done all the verbs, I think long time ago. I have given you the full list so that you have also noted down in your notebook. That is why I asked you to practice so that you don't miss anything. Okay, yes, any other question? Yes, do you have any other question? Yes. Yes, so you have to, if you get a question to write in 100 words, you have to write in 100 words. If you have two questions, then you have to write 100 words for each question. That will be 200 words. Okay? Yes. Any other question? Yeah. In the reading comprehension, my dear students, how to solve reading comprehension, I have already uploaded two videos on reading comprehension. You must watch that video, that will help you to solve reading comprehension questions, which is very important for you. Yes. Yes, any other question? Yes, so my dear students, those who have attended my classes, they know how to practice, how to practice all those topics, which you are supposed to write. And I have told you how to write, what to write, in what format you have to write, and that we have already discussed in class. So those who were absent, so please you take notes, you ask your classmates how to solve, how to write. I have explained all the details about that. Yes, any other question? Madhav, Vansh, any other question? Sahiba, any question? No question? Okay, no, Mans, no. Bonne nuit. Okay, so in that case, my dear students, or how you remember when you are going to write something, you leave space on the right side, you leave space on the left side. Okay, and then you write. You should use two different color pen, blue and black pen. Okay, and you have to write question and answer both. Okay, and take your time. All right. So thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Alors, si vous avez aimé cette vidéo, alors partagez, okay, avec vos amis. ठीक है? So if you like this video, please share it with your friends and don't forget to share the link on your social media platform also, Facebook, Instagram, okay, Twitter also. I will see all every platform that you have done, and so that really motivates me because I in the university I was the whole day in the university. I had an exam duty and then I recorded a video for you only. Okay, I have edited those videos, uploaded on YouTube, and then I planned my lecture for online classes. I have done so much, I have put so much, okay, just for you, just for my dear students. Okay, see, it's too late. It's still, I'm teaching you why I'm doing all this, because I really want you to do very, very well in French in your life also. Okay. So support me by liking this video, sharing on social media platforms so that not only you, the entire country, the entire world can get benefit from French Pro Global. Okay. This is free of cost for the entire world. Okay? Au revoir et bonne nuit, bonne chance, good luck.